Hello. Let me see if I'm live. Jason Gunn is he live? Are we live? Okay, looks like I'm live. All right, guys, welcome back. It's another week. So how's your weekend so far? All right, so this is Ask Jason Anything Sunday night, and looks like the camera is out of focus anyway. So I'm Jason. If this is the first time we meet, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. Whether you're watching this on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, okay. So this is what I do. I go live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time to answer questions about Facebook advertising. So here's how it should work. So if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising and digital marketing, first thing first, I would actually recommend that you go to my YouTube channel. Just go to my YouTube and just go to YouTube and search for Jason Gunn. And first, try to look for an answer first because I've actually posted over 1,000 videos on my channel, answering questions mainly about answering questions about Facebook ads and all. So try to search for an answer and see whether you can actually find something that is related to your problem or your challenges that you are facing. If you can find it, then off you go, get it fixed, and go on and move on to your journey and all that. So that's what I aim to do. But if you can't find an answer to your question or to your challenge that you're facing, all you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. Okay, so that's how it works. And then what I'll do is on the following Sunday, okay, I would actually bring it up. I will screenshot. I will bring it up over here on my, on this AMA, Ask Jason Anything, to answer your questions like this. When you are posting your comment, do not expect me to come back and reply to your comment because that's not what I do. Because in my opinion, digital marketing and Facebook advertising are technical, and I prefer to answer the questions face to face, live like this. So that's what I do. Okay, so here's how it works. So yeah, and if you're watching me live over here, if you have any questions, feel free to pop your question in the chat. What I'll do is I'll go through all the questions that I captured on my channel first, then I'll come back to the questions or the comments that I'm actually having right now. Okay, so yeah, let me bring up the screen. So here we go. So this is Ask Jason Anything. So it happens every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. And mainly it's about answering questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing. Now, just in case, because not everybody wants to go live like this, and some questions could be a little bit more confidential that you don't want to open up to everyone to know, or you have some really specific questions that you want me to answer your question right away. You don't want to wait until next Sunday because you have a very pressing problem that you're facing right now. Hopefully you can actually find an answer from me. So if you need that, all you need to do is scan this QR code. Then it would actually bring you to my Fiverr gig. And this is a Fiverr gig where you can actually buy me a meal, and then we can actually spend 30-minute one-on-one on Zoom. So yeah, we can actually have a Zoom call real quick for 30 minutes to look into your questions or anything that you're facing right now. If you don't want to go through this, like live on the following Sunday, scan this QR code and we can actually do it together real quick. Okay, now let's go into the first question over here. So first question is coming from Chanin. Okay, anyway, so the question is about, is it possible to request Facebook to remove your page has some issues in page quality on your Facebook page? My quick answer, as I understand it, is you cannot remove anything until Facebook removes it. You cannot request Facebook to remove anything. But having said that, having an alert saying that your page has some issues, I would recommend that you go in and try to look at the issues and see whether is there any way that you can actually fix that, or some checkbox that you can actually click to be notified about your problem or to learn about something so that thing can be removed. But that's usually what we will actually recommend first. Try to dig in and see if there's anything you can do to kind of like get it removed on your end. Otherwise, you probably just have to wait, because this thing can, if you maintain a good quality or so-called, good standing with Facebook, this message could go away maybe in a couple of weeks or months time. So as long as it's not blocking any features, or it's not stopping you from running ads or anything, features that you need to use to keep your business running, then I believe this is just a message that is just there for you to see. And usually these kind of messages are for admins only. Your audience won't be seeing it. They don't know that your page has got problem. It's only you who's the, like who's the admin who knows it. So it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. But unless I know, right, sometimes we have this fear of like, and sometimes we just have this OCD. We just don't like to look at these things. So yeah. But having said that, I don't think you can actually request Facebook to remove that. But you can try. But I would say most probably not. Okay, right. And let's go to the next one. Thanks for the question. Now the next one is coming from Saya. So this is a question about Facebook CPaaS, Shopee CPaaS versus Facebook Pixel. So it's a different thing when you're selling on marketplaces like Shopee, Lazada, Tokopedia. Okay, because you're actually selling on their platform. Technically, you won't be able to install Facebook Pixel or Meta Pixel on your store, and that in turn would actually limit your retargeting capabilities. All right. Retargeting means you want to target those people who visited your store or browse certain products but yet to purchase. You want to run specific ads to remind them about your product or services so that actually they can come in and buy. So retargeting campaign plays a very important role in terms of improving the overall conversion of e-commerce business, even lead generation as well. But then because you're selling on other platforms like Shopee, Lazada, Tokopedia, you don't have that. So what the workaround or so-called the solution to that is to have CPaaS access. Now, technically, CPaaS is it's actually technically it's the catalog. Okay, so because when it comes to retargeting, usually if we are running an e-commerce business, usually we would actually build a catalog for our store. Then we are able to do the retargeting based on people who visited but yet to purchase, those kind of stuff. But because you don't have a pixel on your website, so what you can do is you can actually leverage on Shopee's or Lazada's pixel to help you do that. So the method would be, let's say you have a store on Shopee. So Shopee will create a catalog, okay, based on your product on your store, and they will share the catalog to your business manager and assign to your ad account. So with that feature, you are able to do your retargeting. You get what I mean? You are able to do everything the e-commerce retargeting can do. Even you can actually do cross-selling, upselling, revisiting people who bought before and remind them about, like, if when you have sales and something like that. So technically you are able to do everything an e-commerce website can do. But that's a CPaaS feature that you need to get from Shopee, Lazada, or Tokopedia. So that you have to request, because different country will have different way of getting that. And in some countries, you need to submit your some application or something like that. But some countries are easier to get. So these are the things that you need to find out in where you are. So yeah, so that's how you do retargeting. Having CPaaS itself, immediately you're able to do retargeting. So that's how it works, if that's your question. Retargeting means you want to retarget people who visited your product in the last 7 days, for example, to give them a stronger call to action to buy. So that's what you do. So yeah, so that's a real quick answer to your question. I hope I answered your question in any way, because your question is very vague in a way. So you're asking, how can you do retargeting? I suppose you're talking about CPaaS. That's how it works. Okay. Yeah, but technically, if you want to find out more about how do you design a strategy for your CPaaS campaign and all that, I would recommend that you go to my YouTube channel, go to my channel homepage, and there is a playlist, on my main channel on my homepage, that calls, I think, free training by Jason. So dig in there. I did a quick training I am not sure how long ago. I think it's about like a few months ago, talking about how to design a CPaaS Facebook ad strategy. So that video will give you a better idea about how you can actually do that. So if that's what you're looking for, then you can actually go through that. And I have a lot of CPaaS related content on my YouTube channel. You can just type CPaaS. You have a lot of, I think I have quite a number of videos for you to watch, hopefully answering most of the questions that you have. But how to get CPaaS, you need to talk to your, Shopee in your local country. So then see how you can actually get it. So that's that. Okay. So yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah, just a quick reminder, if there's anyone wants to get me to answer a question one-on-one, that you want to dive into your Zoom call with me to look into your data, look into your metrics, look into your campaign, look into your challenges, look into your errors, even to look at your questions and all, scan this QR code, and you can then buy me a mail, then we can actually do the one-on-one. Okay. Then the next question we have here is coming from Noro. So, it says your account is permanently disabled. How can I get it back? The answer is you cannot get it back. when an account, whether when it comes to permanent restriction, there are multiple levels. Okay, first, it's either your ad account is permanently restricted, which means you cannot use that account to run ads again, but you can actually create a new ad account to run ads. So that's one thing. Now, if you are having your business manager permanently restricted, then well, that business manager and any assets follow, like your pages, your Instagram account, and your ad account, and all that, will not be able to be used for ads again. But you might be able to create a new business manager and start fresh. But the worst case here is if you have your personal profile permanently restricted. That is the kind of like the end of road for you. So at the moment, there is no solution. I always like to tell people, so yeah, if you want to get it back, I have no way to get it back. The only thing you can do here is you just borrow someone else's profile, create a new business manager, and start fresh. Do not ever create a new profile to do that, because Facebook somehow do not like new profile to immediately get into business related activities, because they will suspect this is a spam or scam or whatever, fraud or bots, whatever that is happening. So they will usually restrict your account right away. So yeah, use somebody else's profile that has been around for a while, for years. So you are more likely to be able to serve through this safely. So that's how it works. Yeah. So yeah, I've no solutions for that. Just do whatever. I mean, go to my YouTube channel, type permanent restriction or permanently restricted. I have a lot of videos talking about this, a lot of solutions there. So just go through that. Okay. All right. Thanks for the question. And hopefully you're able to get back into running ads again, because the key, I always like to tell people, it's not about getting the account back. Frankly, even an account that has been like 10 years old, I don't really care, because what is really important right now is to get your ads up and running again, because that means business. And that means important thing, probably the most important thing. A profile, yes, is important, but if you can't get it back, then no point trying to dig around. That's what I think, right? So yeah, all the best. Okay, now the next one is coming from Karim. So this is about, Karim's question is about, is it necessary to add the code? I believe you're referring to Meta Pixel code on the website if the website is already linked and the pixel is linked. Now, yeah, so my quick question would be, because different website builder has a different way of integrating Facebook. In most of the builders right now, you don't really need to install the code anymore, in most of them. They have already simplified the whole process. All you need to do is to just input your Pixel ID and everything is done for. Usually, like if you're using Wix, Shopify, and stuff like that, you don't really need to do that anymore. Everything is linked immediately. So you don't need to install the code. So yeah, my answer is that. So if everything you are sure, you go into your Pixel, go into your events manager, you make sure that what do we call the status? Okay, the status is in active, which is in green color. Everything is good. Just that's it. You don't need to do anything extra. If you don't have it in green, if you see like it's in red color, that means it's not correctly integrated yet, or it's not correctly installed or linked yet. So you probably want to check in your settings whether you have done right. If you have done everything right and you still don't see the thing, first thing first, I would recommend that you talk to your service provider first, whatever system that you're using to build a website, and ask them whether is there any way to, or probably you made a mistake or something like that. If there is any guidance for them to help you fix that, that's that. But if you still can't get much help from them, then probably you need to find a way to install the code. Usually install using plugins. I don't know how to install it raw in the HTML or whatever, because I'm not a technical person, but that's what we usually do. Okay, so Karim, thanks for the question. And then we have this question from Kira. So Kira is saying, you want to do a 30 minutes. If this is still the way to get to chat with me, yes, Kira, this is it. Just scan this QR code, and we are able to spend 30 minutes together over Zoom to look at your questions, or to to fix any challenges, or hopefully that you're facing right now. So yeah, it's a one-on-one via Zoom. So all you need to do is just scan this QR code, and we're able to do that real quick. Okay, so once you made the payment, made the purchase and everything on Fiverr, you will then receive a link to schedule a Zoom call with me. That's how it works. Pretty straightforward. And Yeah, so let's do that. Okay. Now, before we go, I have these questions that I receive a lot on my channel and when I'm actually talking to my clients, because a lot of people sign up for my Fiverr gig to have a 30 minutes with me, whether to answer your questions or to dive into your Facebook ads campaign data to give you, like ideas about what you can do, because what I specialize in is Facebook ads or meta ads optimization, which means you are already running ads and you are seeing some traction, but then you want to know if there is any way you can actually improve your campaign performance without increasing the budget yet. I'm not saying that you don't want to increase budget. If it's doing good, if it's already optimized, then of course we want to talk about scaling, increasing the budget, and yeah. But if it's not yet optimized, there could be possibility where you can still increase the sales or leads without adding budget. Like for example, I always like to say when your CTR is actually lower, but you're already getting good result by improving the CTR. Like for example, if your CTR is 0.5% and you're doing very good already, if you're able to identify or introduce some ads that can actually bring your CTR to 1%, you get what I mean? So that means you probably can increase your revenue or leads by double without needing to add budget, which is possible. So we just need to find out what to fix. That's the whole idea. So the questions, I mean, yeah, these are the optimization activities that I'm actually doing to work with my clients from all around the world. So if you're running ads, you want to know if you want to take it to the next level to do better, like optimization program is something that you should consider. But having said that, when I'm actually working with all these, Facebook advertisers, one of the most commonly asked questions I get would be, a lot of people are actually complaining Facebook ads are getting expensive. So they were asking, I was doing good, like 5 months ago, and now when I come in, why is Facebook ads getting expensive? I was actually doing exactly the same thing, same settings, same audience targeting, same objective, same creative even, but the cost has become expensive. So why is it happening and how can we fix that? Now, first thing first, I want to actually help you understand the whole Facebook advertising mechanism. First thing first, okay, it is determined by the market competition. That's the first thing. Meaning, like maybe a few months ago, all right, the market wasn't so competitive, as in like there were not so many advertisers in the market running ads targeting similar audience as you are doing. So one of the possibility is back then the CPM was lower. CPM stands for cost per thousand impression. So that's really the cost that you're paying for Facebook advertising. So you need to check. First thing first, you go in and check. Back then CPM maybe it was $10, but now your CPM is $30. Technically, running ads on Facebook for your campaign right now, whatever you're doing, is 3 times more expensive compared to back then. So if the cost is more expensive, it's totally logical. You get what I mean? It's already more expensive to reach people. So that's the first thing. So usually you need to check your CPM. If it's the CPM, then probably what you can do is you try to broaden your audience targeting, try to bring in more people, or maybe test different audience targeting and see whether you can actually bring the CPM down. So that's one thing you can actually look into. Now, on the other hand, Facebook advertising, other than affected by the market competition, the other thing is the user behavior. That is really something that we cannot predict and that we cannot control as well. Like I always like to give an example. If your business is targeting the parents, usually at the beginning of school holidays and at the end of school holidays, usually you won't get a lot of attention from the parents. Why? Because they're busy with their kids, with whatever. So it's very seasonal because people are not into that at that point of time. So usually when you're running ads during a time where your audience are not really interested, you should check your CTR. So back then, maybe your CTR was 2 and 1, for example, and now your CTR is 1 and 0.5. So that means technically these audience are not really interested. So for this kind of situation, you can try to improve your audience. Your creative, or change new creative to see whether you can actually get them to click more, to get excited about what you're offering. So that's something actually you can look into. But usually, like you say, it's already the exact same thing that you're doing. Usually these are the few factors that might affect, that's causing your ads is getting more expensive right now compared to the previous situation. Like the previous period. But having said that, there are more metrics that we can look into. So if you're facing this situation where your Facebook ads are getting more expensive and you want to find out why, try to use the 2 steps that I shared with you just now. Otherwise, we actually will have to dive deeper into your metrics and to find out more clues or maybe some traces to identify what are the reasons why we are getting more expensive and how can we potentially fix that. So if you want to do that, then that means you're running ads, right? This is only for those who are running ads. So if you're running ads and your costs are getting expensive, you want to find out why and how to fix it, you can actually scan this QR code. It will take you to my Fiverr gig, and you just need to buy me a meal. Okay, then you can schedule a 30 minutes one-on-one Zoom call to dive into your metrics together. Make sure your Zoom is installed in your computer, not using the web version. And then we will be able to. I would just control your screen, and I will show you how I analyze the metrics, and we will dive into your data to find out what happened. And I'll give you a plan of 3 to 5 steps to take, potentially that can actually fix your Facebook advertising cost issue. So yeah, so if you want to do that, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. So that's all I have over here real quick. So let me look at the comment over here. I've got a few here. All right, so first I have one from Dauke. Where are you from? I'm from Malaysia. Hi, wherever you are from. Yeah, I'm from Malaysia. It's a country in Southeast Asia. It's a pretty interesting country. So yeah, so that's where I'm from. And Akram is here. What's up? Right. And Akram's questions here is, do you have any tips for staying calm when presenting a proposal to a big potential client? No, just be well prepared, my friend, and all the best. Yeah. Don't worry. I mean, the more you do this, everything will be all right. You just need a bit of practice. And I believe if you're well prepared, you have got it, man. No worries. Don't be nervous. Everything is going to be okay. All right. Do more and you'll be great. Akram, all the best. All the best. Okay. So, yeah, looks like that's all the question we have. Yeah, I guess that's it. So if you have any questions, just pop your question in as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. And of course, if you can join me live on Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time, that'll be great. And I look forward to work with you. Yeah, if you need me to analyze your campaign, scan this QR code and we can actually do it together. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this week. And I guess we will just wrap this. I'll see you next Sunday and have a great week ahead. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.